Ukraine. But that was a bombshell moment, right? Victoria Nuland admitting, yeah, there are biolabs there. And then, of course, Marco Rubio fills her mind and mouth with other things to say about it. So what happened to those biolabs? Well, a document just released by a Russian news outlet Izvestia on Tuesday reportedly shows Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky ordered that his government destroy all the documents related to the nation's biolabs being run in collaboration with the Hunter Biden-connected firm MetaBiota. That's the name of the company. Thanks to reporter Kayleen McBreen for bringing us the story. She writes that independent journalist Clandestine posted a translated version of the document to his Substack page and provided a detailed explanation of why the Ukrainian government paper is so important. So this is the translated document. The document is dated February 24th, 2022. It was issued on the very first day of Russia's military advancement into Ukraine. That's what the translated document said. The letter stated, quote, the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine, with the participation of the Security Service of Ukraine in connection with the conduct of martial law in Ukraine from February 24th, 2022, in accordance with the decree of the President of Ukraine, organized the devastation and the destruction of personal files of servicemen, employees, and staff of the state institution, the Center for Public Health of the Ministry of Health of Ukraine, the Ukrainian Research Anti-Plague Institute, the Mekhanov of the Ministry of Health of Ukraine. It goes on. The Zhytomyr Regional and Laboratory Centers of the Ministry of Health of Ukraine. And it goes on, and I want you to read this last line. It says, which worked together with scientists from MetaBiota, the Hunter Biden connected biolab. So we're asking you to destroy all of this information and documents associated with this. This letter came out on the 24th of February. Do you know what day that is? That's like the day of the invasion, right? How convenient of all of that. I mean, it's absolutely stunning. What's even more amazing is that as American media started to cover the invasion that day, right, it was wall-to-wall coverage, right? Because, you know, CNN's ratings were in the absolute toilet. Other mainstream media channels' ratings were in the toilet. NBC's Today Show did wall-to-wall coverage of it. And NBC that morning, this is unbelievable, okay? NBC that morning on the Today Show may have accidentally aired the footage of all of those paper documents being burned as ordered by Zelensky. So watch this report from NBC News.
We're back at 7:30 with the sights and sounds of war. Something unfathomable. Russian helicopters attacking targets in Ukraine this morning. Ukrainian forces firing back. This is the most significant fighting in Europe since World War II.
And of course, that's our top story. President Biden set to...
Okay, so then they go to a reporter. So I want to go a little bit further here. Now, she's reporting. Okay, there's this Erin McLaughlin there. She's in Kyiv. And then so she starts talking.
Land and sea in the small hours of the morning here in the capital. People were woken up to the sounds of explosions, followed by sirens, a number of missiles.
Okay, so she's standing in front of this burning. Now that looks like a burning building, right? From afar, you think, oh, like that. Oh, yeah, clearly there's the signs of war right there, right? Now look closer at the building. It's not hit at all. There's no damage at all. This building wasn't hit, and this area wasn't even attacked. Okay, but keep watching, because here's what happened.
Have hit a variety of different military installations here in the capital, including the military intelligence headquarters, which is just 4 miles from where I am standing. Now 20 miles.
Okay, now look very closely at your screen. The building is totally intact. That, my friends, is not a military attack. What you're seeing there
from the capital is the town of Hostomel.
What are they doing?
We are now hearing that Russian helicopters are assaulting the airport.
What they're doing is they're throwing bags of paper. They're throwing bags of paper into a fire. So NBC News may have inadvertently actually captured these guys burning the documents. Even Germany's own DW News reported this separately. This strange occurrence at that government building. Here's their tweet and coverage. Uniformed men, uniformed Does that say uniform or uninformed? Uniformed.
Uniformed.
Yeah, uniformed. My brain is like uniformed men were seen burning documents out. Look, so you can even see them pulling out filings and paper outside of the Defense Ministry intelligence headquarters in Kiev. Ukraine said some of its military command centers have been hit by Russian strikes, but this building appears to be intact. And the video proves that it is. These guys are just gingerly walking, clearing out files and throwing them into the fire. You didn't see that in the mainstream media. What's more, now the Pentagon is being forced to come clean about these biolabs by the Chinese. Here's Steve Sweeney writing over at Morningstar. The Pentagon now admits that it is involved in 46 laboratory health facilities and disease diagnostic sites in Ukraine over the last 20 years. I have a lot of questions.
But I'm sure there's absolutely no gain of function research going on there. Absolutely none, because that's like unethical.
Totally unethical. Totally unethical. Because, well, we now know you're right about that, actually. I have a lot of questions. And President Biden certainly has some explaining to do. Like, how in the world were President Biden and the Department of Defense able to begin research on COVID-19 in Ukraine 3 months before the virus outbreak was made public? Yeah, see, this is where people are like, oh, that's a conspiracy theory. No. No, we have the proof. We just showed you the proof. We have the government documents.
I bring this up all the time, and there's an article in 2017 where Fauci told Donald Trump that not that there may be, not that it's highly likely, but there would be a pandemic during his presidency. He was confident there would be. That's how he stated it. And having now going back and knowing what we know, like, well, can you draw any other conclusion?
Well, I've covered in videos here on the channel about the World Economic Forum. They literally had a meeting about this. They knew, they had planned and literally had this written in stone and planned in August of 2019. Remember December 2019? That's when we first heard about COVID, right? So how are you having a meeting about this in August? How 3 months earlier were you literally finding, this information in research? You're actually studying COVID-19 in Ukraine 3 months before the virus outbreak. How then are you asking people to burn documents from a government decree from Vladimir Zelensky? We have the documents now. Like, it's there, guys. Conspiracy theories, as we always say on this show, are simply spoiler alerts.